and a go live. So that's fun.
We're live.
I don't know how long Scott waits. This guy for the intro.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 268 of the STS Guys. I'm Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast sometimes where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerd, and cool. Larry, what's going on, man?
What's up, Jeremy? Good to see you. Good to see you. I guess this is where we say, it's been a week.
It's been a week.
Been a few weeks.
It has. I don't even remember.
I don't remember how it's going on. I remember when I texted you earlier. I'm like, we should probably. I said do an episode, even though I know Scott's. I said enjoying us and some time in Montana. I'm like, we should probably do an episode because we haven't done one in a while.
Yeah, good call. I was home. Obviously, I'm home. You're home. We might as well. I didn't know what Scott was doing, but Montana's cool. Good for him.
Yeah, good for Scott. Good for Montana.
Yeah, getting a visitor.
Hey,
one of the few people who traveled to Montana this week.
Hey, Yellowstone, that show.
Yeah, that's still popular. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. The show, it's like I said, Kevin Costner didn't want to do it. Now he did want to do it, but then they wrote him off, and now he's not going to do it.
Oh.
I don't know. Like,
I did not know that. Interesting.
He's like, yeah,
because I still never watched that.
Yeah,
Elizabeth watches it, but like I remember Kevin Costner said it. He's probably like, no, I won't. Like, I don't want to do it. And he's like, oh wait, I like money.
Yeah,
they're like, dude, you said you didn't want to do it.
Well, then Kevin Costner's said the movie that he did. I said the Western movie that he did. I said that came out, and then like it literally was in the theater for a week and a half, and then by week 3 it was on HBO Max.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
You're like, well, this didn't go as planned.
This didn't go
as I
planned. So maybe that old Yellowstone's not looking too shabby right about now.
That's I know that's an option now, right? To put something on streaming that quick, but that's not a good sign if they're just like immediately, well, we're not making any more money off of this, right? We're not going to do any on-demand rentals or anything. Like no one else is going to go in the theater. Like have at it for free, guys.
Yeah, like I'm like, ooh, ouch. Like, and it was like I said, I think the thing that is kind of the kicker with that one too is he actually financed that entire movie himself.
Oops.
It was his passion project. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna bankroll this movie. This seems like a great idea. I'm like,
hey, hopefully he had fun because I don't think he's getting his money back.
No, like. Hopefully, I said hopefully when he sold it or optioned it to Max that he made at least his money back.
Probably, yeah.
I think that's the thing with content nowadays. Like I said, like it's so hard to get something going in the theater. Like,
yeah, I mean, like aside from the big budget stuff, which are mostly like the superhero movies, I don't even hear about anything coming out. Like I kind of remember hearing something about a Kevin Costner Western. But like I Google Kevin Costner Western and it comes up with, Wyatt Earp from 1994, Dances with Wolves, 1990. Like that's not even what I wanted. Thank you, Google.
No, it's American something.
American Saga. Horizon.
Yeah, Horizon
Saga.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Let's add 2024 into it.
Oh, here's the crazy thing. Here's the nutty part about that. He broke that into 2 movies, so that's only part 1. Part 2, they still haven't released in theaters yet.
And they're probably not going to. Like, if nobody watched part 1, who's going to go see part 2? Especially when if you wait 3 weeks, okay, maybe 4, you're going to get to watch it at home. Like, yeah, I don't think anybody's banging down the movie theater door.
So here's I don't know. Here's the interesting thing with even with theaters, right? Because I know I've watched a couple things. So we can talk about a couple things too.
Cool.
It's like, so I want to go see the remake of The Crow, right?
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that was a thing either, but cool.
Crow movie, right? Whichever one was basically, as soon as they saw, like said, the trailer for it, everyone's like, "Oh, this is gonna be horrible." I don't know. As a fan of the comic, I'm like, I have to go see this.
Yeah,
it looks horrible. It doesn't look great, but being a fan of the comic and knowing that Bill Skarsgård is a pretty decent actor, I'm like,
yeah,
maybe they can pull it off. Maybe they can pull it off. Yeah, no,
not so much.
Was it as bad as everyone said it was? No. I think a lot of the people who were like shitting on the movie didn't actually see it. So it actually wasn't a bad movie. It just wasn't a great movie. And it doesn't hold a candle to like the 1994 like Brandon Lee Crow movie. Like
yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, like I didn't know they were remaking that.
But the reason why I bring that up though is opening weekend for that movie, like The Crow, right? So hey, it should be fairly popular. It took me forever to find a theater that was even showing it.
Oh,
and like I said, on top of that, there was only one theater. Like I said, one like auditorium in the theater that was even showing it.
Right. You get like
everything
the 5 p.m. show and it's.
Yeah, so everything else was still like Deadpool and Wolverine, and then the new Alien movie. Like I said, every other theater was filled with those two movies, and I think there was some kids movie out too. I forgot.
Probably.
Yeah, but I'm
that's surprising. Like, because as you were saying that, I was like, what is still out? Like Deadpool? Like what's still in the theater? Deadpool? But do they need that many Deadpools?
Well, and I think that's like I think these theaters like we need something that's going to make money, like because like I said, people.
Yeah,
I think that's the downside about some of the streaming stuff is like people like before the theaters, like I said that was the only place actually to really digest content, and now with like they know that like, hey, you know what, if it's something that I kind of want to see, they may have went to the movies before. Now if it's something they kind of want to see, I'm like, I'll wait till streaming. Like, so for example, like the new Beetlejuice, I kind of want to see it. Do I want to go see it in the theater? Probably not. I'll wait till I'll wait till it hits streaming.
Yeah, I kind of forgot it was out. Like I knew it was coming, but yeah, like it wasn't even like normally like a couple years ago, that would have been like a thing. Like, okay, yeah, let's go see the new Beetlejuice movie opening weekend. It really wasn't even a thought.
Yeah, like. And again, right? I said it's something like that. I said I wouldn't see it. Like I said, but it's
no. Now I want to watch it.
I know now that I'm like, you know what? It's only a matter of time before it hits streaming. I'm like, I don't need to go and see it. Like I said, right now, I'm like, I'll watch it when it comes out eventually. But I think that's
before Christmas.
Exactly. It'll be on streaming before Christmas. 100%.
Yeah, I guarantee. Yeah, I could wait till.
It honestly might be streaming before Halloween.
That would make too much sense.
It would actually shock me if it's not streaming before Halloween.
No, you're absolutely right. Like they should drop it Halloween weekend.
Yeah, that would be like literally amazing. Like I said, you get so many subscriptions. So that I have what that's Beetlejuice is what, Warner Brothers?
Yeah. Universal, because they have stuff at Universal Studios. I don't know.
No, I need to check.
All the license is weird. Might be Warner Brothers. Googling.
Warner Brothers, yeah, Warner Brothers, yeah. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, so it'll be on Max. Like it'll be like I'm taking a bet right now. It'll probably be on Max. I said Halloween weekend.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. There's no like it makes too much sense for them to rush it. Like timing, it's probably a little bit quicker than they like, but you're going to get people to watch it. So, and I'm assuming they have the old Beetlejuice on there too. So you're going to get people to watch both. So that's like 5 hours of streaming. Like you got to do it.
Yeah. No, so like I think there's so many people that are in that type of like situation now where like they're like so before they would have gone to the movies and like right and like, oh yeah, I would have seen this offshoot movie and like, oh yeah, it may not have been the best thing, but hey, it was something to do. But now with like so many different streaming services, like I'll just wait.
Yeah. Or like you would check like every week and you knew when things were coming out. I don't know when things are coming out anymore. Like it's kind of sad.
Exactly. Like so there's only like so there's carve out like niche movies I said that I know are coming out that I earmark for stuff that I want to see, right? Like obviously Deadpool I said was one of those. The new Alien was one of those just because there hasn't been a new Alien movie in quite a few years. And then honestly the next earmarked movie that I have to see is literally my Halloween tradition, which has been seeing the new Terrifier movies.
Cool.
Which are the crazy, super low budget movies that are the most messed up, gory, weird, and twisted, sick movies that I can't believe they actually show it in theaters because they're pretty bad.
I have not seen any of those either, but that's cool.
The new one is supposed to be pretty bad. And it's also a Christmas movie too.
Oh.
So it's a Halloween movie, but it's set at Christmas time. So like
okay.
Yeah, so like
it's one of those like so bad it's good, right? So make it more ridiculous.
The Red Band trailer of it, the very first opening scene is basically Art the Clown, which is basically like the villain, right?
I think I've seen it before.
It's him basically chainsawing up basically like a whole bunch of kids.
Okay.
That's in a mall. So like I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's great. That's great.
I did look because I was curious to see what that kids movie you said was out at the theaters right now. At our local Harkins, we do not have The Crow playing, but we do have Despicable Me 4.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I also didn't know that came out, and Inside Out 2, which I think has been out for a while.
It's one of those two. Yeah, it was like either Inside Out 2, I said, or like it was one of those kids movies. Yeah, but no Crow, right? Like that's weird.
No Crow.
Yeah, and that just came out 2 weeks ago.
Well, coming soon to a streaming service.
Coming soon, yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's
right. It didn't do good enough the first week. Yeah, it didn't do good enough the first week or second week. So now they pulled it. That's kind of sad. Things don't get a chance anymore.
And I think
because you used to like sometimes get some buzz too, right? It takes some like not all movies are a hit the first weekend. It takes 2 or 3 weeks. I don't think you get that leash.
Normally it takes time, right? Like it takes like a build up and
people are busy too. Like you don't like again, not everybody's focused on going to the movies right now. Like it takes, it takes you going to see it and then telling me and Scott like, hey, this was good, and then me and Scott go see it, and then we tell people. It takes a couple of weeks to do some word of mouth, in person or on Twitter or Instagram or something. Like it takes a minute.
But yeah, there's like it's weird, right? Like it's like I don't know, but I am like I'm looking forward here. I gotta share my screen because it's like,
oh, is this the Terrifier?
Yeah, and the reason why, right, is because. Like, I don't think there'll be any. I can't play the audio because I think we're banned. But like opening scene is like, oh yeah, here's a whole bunch of body parts, and here I'm gonna freaking murder. But it's what makes these movies great though. The last movie, so the very first movie was made for I think under $100,000.
Okay.
The last one was made for under 250 $50,000. I think this one has around that same budget. So they're super, super low budget, like practical effects movies. They have the dumbest story, but it's the most ridiculous, like crazy thing. And then the fact that it's like a Christmas movie at the same point in time, like it's
I like it, right? The Terrifier clown guy is wearing a Santa suit this whole time.
Yeah.
And there's Christmas decorations everywhere. It's an interesting twist. Like, cool. It seems like a good setting.
I literally cannot wait for this at all.
Cool. You'll have to let us know. It seems like I'm fairly certain you're going to enjoy it. Get your $10 worth of.
I will 100%
movies cost nowadays.
No, I said the last one. I said that came out, right? It's it's just there's people. It's so funny. There's people leaving the theater. I'm like, just the people there, like said that like they're like, oh, this is too much, and they're like leaving the theater, and then this that and the other. I'm like, this is worth it just for that. I'm like, this is fantastic.
Sure. What did you think you were going to see?
Because I don't know if you remember the hype during the last. So like the first Terrifier movie was very, very underground, and then they came out the second one and they did a limited theater release, then they released it in theaters, and then all of a sudden, basically, I said it got caught. I said it went viral on social media because people started kind of going and seeing it in the theater and then telling their friends about it. And then there was a whole bunch of like news stories about like people like literally puking in the theater just because how gory and messed up it is. And
right. Okay. I feel like this one's going to be similar. Like I could see this, right? I could see like visually it's kind of made for the TikTok, Instagram Reels crowd.
Oh, 100%.
There's probably some good scenes, right, that you can pump out and it generates some buzz about it. So yeah.
Oh no, exactly. Well, and I think that honestly, like I said, it could be like the worst story of all time, but I appreciate it for what it is. And I think there's more movies that need to be made like that. Just because I don't know, I got bored. I said earlier this week because I'm like, what do I want to watch? And I think I started watching like Die Hard with a Vengeance, like so the third Die Hard movie, right? With Samuel L. Jackson. It's a good movie, like, but they don't make movies like that anymore. It just because, like I said, no one's gonna go see it. Like, no one's gonna go see it.
Yeah, it's hard, right? Occasionally, you get some stuff like straight to Netflix, like that Chris Hemsworth movie. Where like that Chris Hemsworth action movie that they ended up making a couple of. Occasionally you get stuff like that, but like that one. But there's not there's not as many as there used to be, and they don't stand a chance in the theater, unfortunately. And you miss them on streaming too, like occasionally. Like I forget there's something on Netflix that I wanted to watch. I think there's a Mark Wahlberg movie. Like, oh, cool. Like, there's like I saw the trailer because when I logged to Netflix, it's like you probably want to watch this, and it starts playing the trailer. I'm like, this looks halfway decent. I should watch this at some point. I didn't go back and watch it.
Well, and then I think
it's easy to miss. And then they get buried if it's not on the top 10 thing. Like it gets buried and it's lost forever.
Oh, 100%. Like I think there's such an overwhelming amount of content right now. I think it does get buried, right? So like out of all things, right? So I had a long trip to Ireland. That's a couple of weeks ago. A few weeks ago, right? And I'm like, on the long trips, I said I always try to find like some good like plane shows of like hey, either like a series or something I've never watched before where I can give it the old college try. Because what, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, you're stuck, kind of, right?
I'm gonna invest. I said in a new series, and I was just kind of like stuck on what to watch, and so I think we've joked about this in the podcast before. Normally, I said like when I go and get my haircut, right? I hate talking to the people who get my haircut. just because I'm like, just cut my hair. I'm like, don't try to be my friend. This, that,
You don't
and the
need a
other.
best friend. Yeah. Yeah. It's like the Dutch Bros. They're on the same level as like the Dutch Bros coffee people
Exactly.
who want to ask you
Just-
about how your
just be
day
my
is
friend.
and
Just shut up
got
and be
any
my
fun plans for the weekend.
Like, you don't care. I said, you don't care about me. I don't care about you. Let's not have this charade, charade or charade back and forth.
Right. Complete the transaction and move on.
Exactly. But apparently, I said, I've now drifted from, I've drifted from just random person cutting my hair to like, I don't know. I've had the same person cut my hair now for the last 9 months now. It seems like.
Cool.
I'm like, I gotta start talking to you now, don't I? Because she always tries to talk to me, and then I always say like, oh yeah, this, that, the other, and so I finally just broke down, and like I said, like talking to her, I'm like, hey, I'm like, what are you watching on TV? I'm like, I got a trip coming up. I'm like, recommend anything? And she's like, yeah. She's like, honestly, yeah. I'm like, I said, you should check out the show called Alice in Borderland. I'm like, what the hell is that? Apparently, it's this. It was this show that it's like a mix between Squid Game and in like a game, like a. I don't even know what I felt
like a reality show, like a Survivor.
Like a Survivor, like reality show. But it's a Japanese show.
Yeah,
but it's freaking amazing. Like, it was great. Like, it was probably the best show that I've watched in a while. Really? It was fantastic.
That's cool.
So the premise is, right, like, very first episode, 3 friends, just hanging out. All of a sudden, the entire world just really goes dark, and it's just them remaining. And then they run into a couple other people.
Okay.
And then they finally find their way into this building. And then what ends up happening is, there's like these 10 different cell phones that are on the table. They pick up the cell phone and just said like, hey, you know what? Click accept to enter the game, and they enter these like challenges and games, and they have to basically collect I said the like 52 cards I said of a playing card. So basically each game they complete, I said it's 52 cards, and if they don't complete a game like every 7 days, they basically automatically die. Like, it was a really good show. Like,
never heard of this before.
So like, think of like I think another thing that it reminds me of, like, think of like well, I know you've never watched like Game of Thrones, right? But Game of Thrones style, right? Where like hey, they're not afraid to kill off like, I don't know, main characters, and they're not afraid to kill off this. That's one of that's this type of show. Like, because you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be invested with these characters, for at least a couple seasons. Nope.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
You kind of like Squid Games too, right? Like, like, even though you were kind of main characters, you probably weren't surviving to the end of the show.
I would have here's like, without my hairdresser, I would have never even attempted to watch this show. It was literally so buried in Netflix that I had to go search it out.
Season 1 came out, like, apparently there's 2 seasons, right? And season 1 came out in 2020, so this is like 4+ years old.
Yeah. Well, and then apparently I said it's gotten like a resurgence lately to where they're coming out with a 3rd season.
See, yeah, that's cool. I think that kind of goes back to your point about the movies. It takes a minute sometimes, and if you just rush something out of the movie theater, people aren't going to go see it. Like, you got, sometimes things have resurgences, like this show, and I'm sure there's other ones that I'm not going to be able to think of right now, but even just like The Office, right? Like, people all of a sudden, like, I think probably COVID times, like, started watching The Office more, and like some of those things, it takes a minute, and then they just become part of our routine, and then you rewatch them, and you really enjoy it, and then maybe you get a season 3 after 4 years.
Yeah, like,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Gudelia. I said my hairdresser at Knockouts Haircuts for Men. Like she,
Nice.
I said she recommended a killer show. Like it was
That's cool.
great show. Shout out Gudelia.
Nice. Buddy, at like sometime since we moved back, obviously, which is like 2 years now, I started going to a different barber shop where I go to the same guy every time too now. Because I was like you, like I don't care, like I'll just go wherever. Like if the same person happens to be there, cool. If not, whatever. But now I've got a guy. I think his name is Luis. I'm glad we both got people now.
Yeah, like
in charge of our thinning hair. Like got me at a good time. Like I've only got so many haircuts left.
Exactly right. And then I'm like, and I think the reason why I've never wanted a person because I'm like I hate talking to people. Like
it keeps it more casual when I'm not going to see you again.
Exactly. It's just like you just cut my hair and shut up and just do your thing.
Yeah.
But this person, like I said they so I think the very first time I said they cut my hair, I'm like, you actually did a really good job. I'm like, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that helps.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, this wasn't bad. And then I went back. I said the next time, and then he's like, oh yeah, I know. Then she did a fantastic job again. I'm like, okay, maybe there's some positivities to this, consistency thing. And so I'm like,
I know.
So then I said, now I just book her every single time because I'm like, I have online booking portals just for her. I'm like, okay, I guess this is the thing.
Like apparently I've gotten some bad haircuts. I don't really I didn't care. Like whatever.
No, neither. However, I literally didn't care.
There's something to be said about the consistency. Apparently, who knew? Took me 40 years to figure this out, but here we are.
So I don't know. It's one of those things. I said I think as I've grown older and changed my mind on that. So now I care who cuts my hair.
Yeah, and now she's giving you great TV recommendations for things on Netflix that you might not have clicked on otherwise.
I can guarantee you I would have never clicked on this because the title alone literally had one. I'm still trying to figure out why it's called that. I have no idea why it's called that. I've watched both seasons.
Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah. I don't know. Other than someone like Alice in Wonderland and they were trying to make it similar, right?
But you would think it would have something like Alice in Wonderland in it. Nope.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Right. Nobody shrinks down and goes through a rabbit hole.
Maybe there's some
there's no tea party.
Stupid and don't understand soliloquies.
Maybe it's a metaphor
and metaphors and stuff in that. Maybe I'm just too stupid and naive to understand it. But I'm not seeing it.
That's funny.
But I'm like, okay, by the title alone, I would have. I guarantee you, I would have.
No, I think I'm on the same page with you too.
I would have. Well, that and then it was like so Alice in Borderland. I'm like, and then it's like some Japanese show. I'm like, it sounds like anime. I'm like, I'm not a huge anime guy. I don't want to watch that.
Right? Yeah, like live action anime, it
sounds like live action anime. I'm like, and every live action anime that I've pretty much seen has been horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah. That's funny. Well, I will consider checking it out. I'm currently watching season 2 of that 90s show. I think I've got a couple episodes left because that came out. I didn't really see much about that either, but
I totally forgot that second season came out.
It's pretty good. It's like I think you watched, right? I think we both watched season 1 when it first came out. I feel like it was a while ago. It was good. I enjoyed it then, and they did 2 parts for season 2 for some reason. So part 1 came out earlier over the summer, and then part 2 came out a week or 2 ago. With the month-long break in the middle for some reason. So I'm like halfway through part 2, but it's pretty good. It's a very 80s or 90s kind of family sitcom show. Speaking of things that don't really exist anymore. It's kind of a good throwback just comedy sitcom thing that you like a Full House or TGIF kind of ABC thing. So it's a good show. I've enjoyed it. Highly recommend you check it out. It's something easy to watch, and and the second half has had a large present from Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Yeah, I knew. I knew they were in it. I said, and that's why it's on my list of stuff to check out. Just because I'm like, I know that they're in it.
Yeah, they're in like one episode briefly, and the first half, which you probably can't even tell it's first half anymore. So the first couple episodes, but the second half they've been in it quite a bit. They've got a pretty big role in the episode I'm watching right now. So yeah, and they're great. Like it's the kids are good. Like it's a good cast. It's a fun show.
I'll have to check it out.
I watched that. Did you watch for random Netflix things? Did you watch the Joey Chestnut Kobayashi Labor Day hot dog eating special that they had on Monday? Did you know that there was a hot dog?
I saw the advertisements, and I was actually tempted to tune into it. I forgot what I was.
It's still out there. Like they played it live, but like I didn't catch it live. But you can watch it. Watch it now. It's like an hour long, kind of with like I don't know, a quick some backstory, like a quick Joey Chestnut biography, a quick Kobayashi biography. The hit like a little bit of a history of the hot dog eating contest, and a little bit about why neither of them were in the main contest this year. And really, this is I think it was great. Like I was a big fan of the like Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut Nathan's hot dog eating contest, but the last time Kobayashi was in it was 15 years ago. It was cool that they did this, but it's not really relevant anymore. It's been a very long time. Like the people who remember Kobayashi, like it's kind of non-existent. So
I
remember fast forward through it.
I remember for a couple different reasons. One, just because I remember that whole kind of saga back and forth. But then also, like I said, there's a King of the Hill episode. About basically. So they mentioned basically. So I think Joey Chestnut is a guest voiced.
And they've got the mustard Belka's building and the hot dogs.
Yep.
And there's a little Asian guy. Yeah, like yeah. That was like the Kobayashi times, which probably that episode came out, I'm gonna guess 15 years ago or more.
I feel so old. Speaking of that, then, right? Because I sent you something on Instagram. I said earlier today. I totally forgot that King of the Hill. I said was basically on a Fox Kids like block.
Yeah,
like back in the day. I didn't think it was like I didn't think it was on a kids block. But I totally forgot. I'm like, I remember that now.
I really don't. Yeah, it was. Well, there's some kind of tie-in right between King of the Hill, like, and that Silver Surfer cartoon. Mm-hmm. I don't. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. So, like, it was fun to see because it was like one of those things. Like, I had no idea this existed.
No, neither. I said neither did I. I'm like, I came across it on my random feed. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's one of those gems that was lost that that the short form video has brought back to life, which is
well. Then it made I think what threw me through a loop with it though, right? Because like I said, I remember the time slots, like I said, for like The Simpsons.
Yes,
I don't remember. I said. I didn't remember King of the Hill ever being mixed in with kids shows, and like in the overlaps with the kids shows.
Yeah,
but then I went down a rabbit hole and started looking and I'm like, what? I'm like, did these shows actually ever play together? And they did. They actually played this King of the Hill. Like I said, with Saturday morning cartoons. Sometimes I said on Fox Kids, like on the little Fox Kids, the yellow and red, the Fox Kids Network logo,
which like it was Saturday mornings, it was on the main Fox, right?
Yeah,
it was Channel 10 in Phoenix, right? It was on the Fox network, not the. It was like 61 here. Weird that I remember this. after very many years, right? Yeah, like the afternoon ones was on a different channel, but this is on the main Fox. So, I, but to be fair, like I was probably like we were both adults at that time. I don't think we were watching very many Saturday morning cartoons. So,
Yeah,
like I don't even remember a Silver Surfer cartoon. I'm like, that's cool. But it was funny seeing Hank talk to, or sort of, right? Like talk to, not have a conversation with, just talk to the Silver Surfer.
But it's another show. I don't know if you've caught wind of it. Because I know you liked and watched Tiger King.
Yes, of course.
Did you know the director and creator of Tiger King created a new show?
No. What is this new show?
So you gotta watch it. I'm gonna show you the splash image on Max.
Yeah.
It's called Chimp Crazy.
Chimp.
So basically, it's Tiger King, but this time with a lady and monkeys.
What? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean. So that's. I mean, my eyes clearly. My eyes went to the monkey first, right? The chimpanzee. Okay, cool. Like, and then I see the lady. I'm like, yeah, okay, right. She's. I'm assuming she's got like either a monkey like resort or whatever, or has tons of monkeys in her house.
It's
amazing.
It's amazing. Like I said, if you like, again, right? I'm like, I didn't think they could follow up Tiger King with something amazing. This is amazing. So the season's still going on. They're dropping basically episodes weekly.
All right, cool.
So, but do you remember the old school like 90s movie Dunstan Checks In?
I do. Yeah, I do. It's a good one.
It's about that
the
other
day.
It's about that monkey.
It's about Dunstan. I mean, I was in already, but now it's got celebrity monkeys.
The whole premise of the show is basically, he said, this one lady, she, so like the main, like one of the main actors, like I said, in the Dunstan Checks In movie, I forgot what his name is. He played the bellhop guy. In Dunstan Checks In.
Yeah.
He basically fell in love with all the monkeys, right? And then I guess in Hollywood, after like 3 to 4 years, they basically said like, hey, we can't work with the monkeys anymore after 4 years. So they send them all to a monkey sanctuary. And so there's a monkey sanctuary, I said, that's like in like Missouri or something. And then PETA ended up actually said investigating this monkey sanctuary. And then this lady stepped in and said like, hey, so that way they don't investigate you anymore, and they can't sue you and take away your monkeys. Just give all the monkeys to me. And she's like, I have no. So
Sure.
This lady has no idea how to care for monkeys. She didn't have no, but she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I can. I'll help you out. So she took over this entire monkey sanctuary, and then she ended up actually getting sued by PETA. And then this is where the story kicks off. So PETA comes in and is like, okay, we're gonna nab all 20 monkeys. However, when PETA arrived, there's only 19 monkeys. The monkey from Dunstan Checks In is missing.
That's amazing.
And apparently,
all right. Yeah,
he stole the monkey.
Yeah, she stole Dunstan. Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah. I would expect nothing less. Yeah.
So I'm glad I could share. I'm glad you didn't know about this. I'm glad that I could share this with you.
No, I'm gonna watch that before I watch the Japanese one. This sounds amazing. So right, when I googled Chimp Crazy, the quick blurb on Google says, right, the lady Tanya Haddix, who refers to herself as the Dolly Parton of chimps. That makes sense. That doesn't make like what? She looks like she has the blonde hair. I can see the Dolly Parton thing, but what does that mean? Dolly Parton of chimps. All right, I am in. This one is on HBO, right? So it's on Max, Cinemax, or Max. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, it's
that's fun. Good find, Jerry.
Yeah, it is. It just got weirder. Actually, like the very first episode, it starts like just like dropping like Oh my god, this is gonna
just
be
like Tiger
amazing.
King, right? Where it's like
Yeah.
you're like it's like whatever. This is kind of dumb, but I'm gonna watch it, and then it just rolls, and it's like, oh, okay, right? You. It's like an onion, right? You peel off the layers, and it just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah. So then,
Somebody else.
it's this guy.
Yeah.
It's this actor guy.
I
Alan
tried to
Cumming.
Google it, but I
So who played like the
Mm.
bellhop in Dunstan Checks In, right?
yeah. Okay.
Wait. Alan Cumming.
I mean, it's been a minute since I've seen Dunstan Checks In, and that looks like very much 2000s guy.
So he said he was
over on the right. Well, it moved now middle. Like I think with the glasses. Yeah, that one horizontal. That one. That's not him. That guy looks familiar.
well, that's the actor, but that's not him. This was him in the Like this was him.
Oh yeah, there is
with
the picture of the monkey. Yeah, with Dunstan. But yeah, the right best friends.
Yeah. So he fell in love with the monkeys, and
okay.
It's
yeah, I remember the kid.
It gets
That's funny.
It's amazing. Like you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy if you since you like Tiger King, you like this.
And this is even better. This has got monkeys.
So then I'm like, I thought of another thing. I think we need to figure out how to write Tanya Haddix. So that way you have basically a Joe Exotic letter and a Tanya Haddix letter. So you have all the letters.
That is true. I probably need that. At work this week, the people who sit like in the row behind me, right? Because it's kind of cubicles, whatever, like sort of. But like, so I know them, but like, I really wasn't in the conversation. But it's you're in the office. I'm close enough I can hear it, but I'm also not that friendly, so I'm not going to jump in. I'm not going to turn around and jump in. But they were talking about the Tiger King. And like the one guy was like, right, one guy was like hating on it. I mean, like, oh, that's dumb. I would like, I never watched that. I'm like, dude, it's been like 4 years. Like, who cares? Like, but then somebody else was like, I wonder where that guy is now. Like, where's the Tiger King now? And I just want to be like, well, like again, like me keeping to myself did not turn around and say, well, fun fact, he's actually in jail and. I've corresponded with him recently. Like, he's doing well. Still very angry at Carol Baskins. Like they set me up, but they don't know me like that. They don't know me like that to turn around and be just
they
drop
don't know
that. Like
they don't know what they had lost out on. I said by that lost interaction. You robbed Larry. You robbed them of that.
Yeah, I was tempted, but then I'm like, this might kind of creep them out. Like, yeah. Joe Exotic sent me an autograph photo when I was living in Texas. No big deal. And a handwritten letter. No big deal. Yeah, it's funny you say that because I'm fairly certain that was this week. Like when I went on our office day Wednesday. They're hating on Tiger King. But it wasn't that great, but it was the perfect show for that pandemic.
Oh, 100%.
It was.
Oh, like I said,
any other time, it probably wouldn't have been what it was. But it was the perfect show at the perfect time.
No, it's the perfect. Like I said, it happened perfectly. And it's been. I said, and here's like, it's been enough time to where, like I said, fast forward, they can basically redo the same thing with another crazy. Another crazy as fucking thing.
It just seems like it's right up there, man. Like, right? It's a celebrity,
and like. Well, and the funny thing is, because it's the dude, it's the director from Tiger King, right? He's like, yeah, these people know me, so like I can't even go on the property to be able to do this. So basically, he has to basically like subvert. Basically, I said all of this. I said to basically get the actual like stories and stuff like that. Like it's
okay, right, yeah, because if he or his production company showed up, like right. And you Google it and you're like, oh, this is a Tiger King guy. Like, yeah, that's not going to work. It's like when like when Walt Disney bought all that property in Florida, but they had to do it under a fake name because they wouldn't give Disney a good deal to buy up hundreds of millions of acres or whatever it was. You want to get the real story, you got to show up with a fake hat on or something. You can't show up with your Disney hat on. I'm excited. Yeah.
I'm
glad. But then
I'm glad that I've shared it with you.
Then I'm going chimp crazy.
Chimp crazy.
Good times. I know you bought something.
I bought a couple things.
You got some cool stuff in the mail.
Yeah. So the very first thing I got was actually that guy right there.
In the middle. Yep.
Yeah. So that is the Iron Man Mark 6 from the first Avengers movie. So that's when he's getting on, like I said, Avengers Tower, when he steps onto the stairs and like that circle, like I said, gantry kind of takes off his armor. So that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what that is. So I had that on order for forever. I think it's tied for like my second or my third like longest pre-order. So that one's been out for a while. So that one's really cool. But over Labor Day, Sideshow had some crazy sales on stuff.
Cool.
Some of the things that they had, I said, sales on, like normally they put some stuff on sale and other stuff not on sale.
Okay.
But then there is something I've been eyeing for a while. That I'm like, I want it, but I don't want it for the price that it is.
Okay. Yeah. Some of the Sideshow stuff is expensive, good quality, worth it, but expensive.
Exactly. So I ended up actually getting a quarter scale Iron Man.
Oh.
So
cool.
with gantry. So to put this in perspective, let me see if there's a size reference on here. Yeah, this is the person. It's freaking
it's their entire torso.
Yeah. Like that's like, going back to the person, right? Yeah, this is the person's entire torso, and this is how big this figure is.
Yeah, waist to chin almost.
Yeah,
like
it is a gigantic. It's a big figure. But then on top of the figure itself, like the gantry itself is freaking gigantic.
Because it's right, and it's tall and wide because it's to scale. So right, it's massive.
It's pretty crazy, and it's heavy,
It's cool.
and like it's
it comes with the donuts too. That's cool.
Yeah, it comes with this little box of donuts and coffee.
Yeah, and
so
coffee.
From
that's a funny accessory.
Yeah, from Iron Man 2. Remember like when he's like said after the party, he's like chilling in the donut.
Yeah.
I said on the building, but
that's cool.
Yeah, really cool, really
That's
big.
awesome.
But this thing's expensive. This thing's $1,000. I'm like,
ouch. Yeah.
I'm like, I
but
like
you didn't pay that much, right?
No. I paid like maybe 350-ish, maybe bad. I think, after shipping.
I mean, that's not bad. It's nice.
Like,
I mean, like it's a really nice figure. So
I've wanted this thing for a while. I'm like, I don't want that price one. But for $350, I'm like, I'll find a spot for it. Because I had some reward points, and then plus they had their Labor Day sale, plus then it let you basically said tack on coupons on top of there. So where I got it for over 60-70% off almost.
Nice.
It was crazy. But it's now home. It's in the collection. I put a picture on my Instagram. It's gigantic. Cool. Biggest Iron Man figure that I own. Second quarter scale figure, because I actually own a Spider-Man quarter scale figure.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that sounds like a collection of quarter scale figures.
But don't plan on probably getting any more quarter scale figures.
No,
they take up way too much space.
Yeah, unless there's an amazing deal.
Yeah, this I couldn't pass up. Well, just because, like I said, I'm such a huge Iron Man guy. I'm like I couldn't pass this up.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly. You got the Spider-Man. That would make sense. But Iron Man's you've so many of the other Iron Man figures.
Yeah.
Like you need to.
Yeah, and then there's so like up in my loft, I'm looking to build like a my upstairs loft is this one big giant area. And so I remodeled a whole bunch of stuff up there. And so what I'm looking to do is actually build like a kitchen island, like almost like I said in the back, to where like it has like comic book storage, like I said, all around it, and but it's like counter height, so that way you can actually have some like like bar stools, like I said, sitting on it, but then you can like store comics in the middle. But then I was gonna put this, like I said, right in the middle, instead of like I said right in the middle of the island, like a good like centerpiece, awesome. Like right. So
yeah, that sounds cool. And I think I can see what you mean by like kitchen island.
Yeah,
because it's right, both storage, which is awesome, but then kind of practical too. Like you said, you can sit there, right? Or you can store stuff on the top. Like that's better than just like some kind of like ugly cabinet thing with doors or whatever.
No, exactly. Like, yeah. No. And so I'm actually thinking
it's more functional.
Yeah. So I'm actually thinking about basically, so having the kitchen island thing up there where it's like has like a sitting area. Maybe like I said, I can turn into like I said a little podcast area too. Like I said, cool. I said when we do podcasting, I said have a spot up there. But yeah, it's just like I need to break up the huge open space, and I think island I said is a good way to do that.
I think that's a good idea, and then more storage is always a good idea. So always a win. Cool. Before we wrap up, did you get? Because I got a package in the mail today, but I think that yours had already showed up. But I got my King of the Hills stuff from Toddland.
I just got it day before.
You did? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Mine came today. I thought you got yours in because I missed the first cutoff for like the really fast shipping.
Yeah, no, I just got mine this week.
I got mine today, including
I got my
some pins and some stickers that are around.
Yeah, I said one of my
it was cool.
That one's cool. I have my naked Hank grilling pin.
Yep. Very cool.
And then
everything turned out great.
Everything turned out fantastic. I said I love my Peggy Hill. I said in sombrero sticker.
Yeah. Same.
And then I said my Bobby Hill. I said I'm afraid I'm becoming a slut sticker.
Yeah. Very, very cool. They did a good job. Hopefully it all sold well, and they do it again next year.
I hope so. Plus, I said it had some really cool postcards. Like
yeah. Mine are somewhere. Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
It's a random postcard, then like a Hulu Anna Mayhem postcard too. Yeah. And did you get a button?
Yeah, I got a button. I got a Dale button.
I got a Dale button too, which is like a small token of their appreciation for the order. But between cool looking postcard and button, I was very pleased with my bonuses. Yeah. Like, well done, Toddland. It doesn't take much to make me, exceed my expectations, make me really happy.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm like, I totally forgot. I'm like, that. I'm like, oh yeah,
I did too.
Because I thought, for some reason, I thought I had already gotten it. And then I'm like, I just had forgotten about it. And then I checked the mail. I'm like, oh yeah.
I saw the shipping notification like a week ago or whenever it was, but that was my like kind of like it's only been like what maybe 6-7 weeks since Comic-Con.
Yeah.
It's but like out of sight, out of mind. I'm like, oh yeah, we got it was a good mail day. We get a bubble envelope full of King of the Hill stuff. So gotta wash my shirt and probably wear that. Oh, I think I'm gonna wear that to work on my office Wednesday. I'm have to wear it to work. I do not sell propane or propane accessories, but
I don't know. I think maybe you should now.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you should. Career move. All right. All the things. Follow us on. Oh, hold on. Before I say follow us on Instagram. Yes, follow us on Instagram at STS Guys, but also follow Jeremy at Comic Fury because he recently hit a follower milestone and has a great giveaway going on right now where you can win not one but two of these really cool Wolverine comic books. Right, the idea was you're giving away two because whoever wins can give one to their friend who they're tagging. I thought that was a great idea. So
yeah, I thought so. Like, it's just like, because I'm like, I had a couple extra issues. I said this, because this is actually turned into a pretty hot book. Which is
it okay? It's yeah. What is it? Oh, Helverine.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think you told me about that in San Diego.
Yeah. So I said Ghost Rider basically infused, I said, with the power of the Ghost Rider. I said infused with Wolverine, became Helverine.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, and it's like, I think these are going for like $50 or $60 just raw, like, and graded like in 9.8s. They're going for like 200 plus. Like, they're going like crazy. But I had a couple copies, and I'm like,
something new.
Yeah, for something new. Like, it's bananas. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm like, what better way to, like I said, like, let's give away two, and then hopefully, someone does the good deed of like, hey, they just don't pocket the second one, but like, hey, pass it on, like, right? Like, hey, you win one for yourself, and then you pass it on, as a member of the comic community.
Yeah, I liked it because everybody always does the right, like, shared your story and tag two friends or whatever. But you took the tag the friends to a different level and be like, tag the friend you'd give it to, which again, hopefully whoever wins follows through and gives it to that friend. I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I said I've been trying to grow that channel. I said a little bit. It's been
yeah, you've been posting regularly, which is cool. You always have really cool pictures of some really cool comic books. So if you're not already following Jeremy at Comic Fury, go check out Comic Fury on the Instagrams.
Yeah, it's I said it's my the one thing where I'm like, I'd refuse to put anything besides I said an image. The San Diego image is basically driving my OCD nuts, because it's the one thing that's not in front of that comic wall.
Which is still really cool. This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still really cool. You did a good job, but yeah, I get it.
But I still had to make it black and white in the background. I had to get the image of the banners that's in the background, and then because capitalize on the win. But then I'm like, I still had to make it black and white. I said that kind of fit with the rest of the page.
I think I get it that it's a little bit different, but I think it works, and I think that, hey, look, it's me. And I think that it, because of what it is and how you got it works. Right? It was special, and it kind of stands out a little bit if you're scrolling through. You're like, oh, well, what's this one with these circles behind it? Or if you know comic books, you probably know what these circle architecture thing is, right? It's San Diego Comic-Con. So yeah. It's really cool. So yeah, awesome, man. I'm glad you got there, and I'm glad you got a cool giveaway.
Thanks for sharing on your page as well. Like, so yeah, just
of course.
Trying to grow that channel and do something with it.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool for you, and I'll share it out on STS Guys probably tomorrow. I shared out like you said, I shared out on mine. I didn't want to share it out on both on the same day. I figured we should split it into 2 days. Just to remind people that it's happening. So yeah, I'll share that on STS Guys tomorrow if I remember. So yeah, so go check out Jeremy on Instagram. It's the best. I did hear the London Gold commercial on the radio the other day, and it made me laugh because that's where that's from. I hadn't heard it in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, so I kind of forgot that that's not just our thing.
Yeah, like, wait, why are they playing our thing? I'm like, oh yeah, we stole their thing.
It made me laugh. Like, oh, that's it. Oh no, we stole it. I don't know. What else do we do? Fast and Furious. Oh wait, this one. Oh yeah, I messed that up. Oh whatever. Vanilla Ice.
Show him like a villain.
Ding 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 ding.
And family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
And Whataburger.
Come on, Bobby. Let's go to Whataburger. All right.
Hey, well, speaking of family, real quick, I said I know he probably doesn't listen anymore. But shout out to Nate.
Yes.
I said welcome. I said he's gonna be welcome, and I said it was a baby. Like,
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, him and his
Nate
wife.
can be a daddy.
Yeah, that's very cool. I was like, we always called my son and Scott's daughter the junior STS guys. So I feel like Nate's I think Nate's baby qualifies as a junior STS guy too, along with Scott's baby as well, of course. So like an addition to the junior STS guys. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, gotta be busy. Like I saw that there's a toy sale in Phoenix that he goes to and sells stuff at occasionally. But I saw he's like, there's a baby coming sale, because I think it's probably today. Right, he's having a special. I need money. There's a baby coming sale. Yeah, good for him. I hope he's not getting rid of anything he's gonna regret. But good for him.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all we got. But good remembering.
On that note, I said this has been episode 268 of the STS Guys. I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Have a good night, everyone. Bye.